These are just rough, I suppose, mock-ups, if you like, of how the photographs of Rosa and Irma will look. This is Irma and that's Rosa. So I have to do each position individually and then put them together. This was actually from one of Lars, their nephew's own collection of photographs. But again, it's it's my extremely basic cutting and pasting skills. I haven't got the skills. I wish I had. Well, actually I don't, because I find it really boring. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of photographs of from Ingeborg. In fact, her entire collection, I think, from her studio is in the collection here. I was invited by the museum to make work in response to the collection, just with a completely open perspective. The three strands of the project is the reenactments of 5 of the photographs of Rosa and Irma, close-up portraits of their doll collection. So yes, and also combining that, sort of bringing in the earlier research into Ingeborg and Enander's photographs. So behind me is a replica of the background she used in a lot of her photographs of children and adults in her studio in Uddevalla. We couldn't use the original because it was too fragile, so we had to have a copy made. And then I've also used some of her things from her studio, like a balustrade that she used to pose people on. And very luckily, her camera is also in the collection, so that's in some of the photographs. Although what will end up in the exhibition, I don't know. One of the dolls, because a lot of the dolls the twins have, that Rosa and Irma, are twins also. But I was struck when I was looking through the collection by one doll who had no twin. Her eyes had been pushed back through, so she was blind. So the third part of the project is where I become her. So she has a twin and it's me. So it's really quite creepy. So this is my hat.
Scary.
I can't put it all on now because I really had to get into the character and it would be wrong. So this is the adult size. With the belt and the boots. Cheap imitation Ugg boots and then covered in felt to make dolls' boots. Lovely, very thick stockings. Better? Because I'm in the pictures, I have a different relationship to the pictures than if it was somebody else. So it's really difficult. It's a very delicate operation to be able to disengage, if you like, my persona from me in the pictures and to see them objectively as pictures. Nothing to do with me, just whether they work as pictures, and that takes time, that takes a separation, which is a really important part of the process. So I'm not going to look at them for a few days because otherwise I can't see them, if that makes sense. A lot of what I do is photography that's about photography and about the language of photography and how we presume a lot of things because we know the language of photography. Like, for example, family photographs are almost always of happy families, of happy situations rather, but, scratch a little bit beneath and you'll see, oh yeah, Uncle Tony never sat next to Uncle Jim because there's always, even though in the photograph they look very happy, there's always a sort of backstory. I suppose then as time moved on, it became about performance as well, which is another really important part. I think my work lies somewhere between performance and portraiture, because there's a very much a feeling of the photograph being the last point, a tiny point on a long process of research, rehearsal, costume making, wig finding, practicing the makeup, practicing the face. It is really like a rehearsal for a film piece or a stage play, and then That's it. Unconsciously, it's not been a conscious decision. It's probably partly because of my personality, and how I enjoy work, how I enjoy seeing art as well, is that there's a certain level of entertainment involved, and often the first reaction to my photographs is mirth. You laugh because you think, oh my God, that's so funny. And then there's a slow, sort of unsettling, burning psychological impact. It's kind of creepy. All of my pictures are kind of creepy. Even the ones that look like they're not creepy at all. Like I did a series of photographs of families on beaches where I become the mother in each of the families. So the mother, I approach the family, the mother comes out, she takes the picture, I'm in her. And, it's like you see the photographs and you don't realise it's the same woman in all of them, because, again, talking about how we perceive and how we read photographs, you see a family, you see the family likeness, you don't even think that it's, a shapeshifter or a cuckoo in the nest. Yeah, I think a slow burning psychological effect would be what I would like to have people take away, having been entertained a little bit and enjoyed the experience, but coming away a little bit unsettled.